Hello my friends and welcome to Mystic Star Magic. I am beyond happy that you are here as we actually find out what do we need, what cords to cut, what do we need to get rid of, release as we get ready for the new year for 2022 or whenever you watch this. And this was actually kind of came up with the idea was a wonderful subscriber, Sai. She kind of was talking about cord cutting. If you actually see one of my little shorts, that was kind of one of the cards that came out. And so I decided, hey, that would be really good and kind of make it a part of a little bit of a series in terms of this. So what we're releasing and also what blessings are coming in. And then I want to kind of end it all with a big one about like what 2022 predictions. So hopefully I want it to be a nice long one with that one. So this one has oracle cards, divination dice, a sprinkle of charms, and some tarot, of course. If you want to find out how to win a free personal reading, just check the description down below. If you want to book a reading with me, there's also information down below, or you can email me at mysticstarmagic@gmail.com. And just want to say thank you so much for being here, for, just spending, just being here with me, sharing your energy, sharing your time, sharing my journey and your journey with me, kind of combining and creating this beautiful community that we have. I'm beyond grateful to you. With all that out of the way, though, let's go ahead and clear our mind. Inhale. Close our eyes. And now as we exhale and open our eyes, choose whichever pile draws you to it. Alright, let's do this. Hello group 2, let's find out what we need to release. So we do have these cards and we'll definitely check in them, but because it's more than one. So for sure we have the rebirth. So we need to, so this is actually beautiful because you are cutting cords, you are letting go of things. That is important. That's coming through here. We need to basically rise from our ashes and become this phoenix here. We also have this card, and this is actually my Magical Sight Oracle deck. This is a brand new deck that I came up with. I'm very excited for using it. So we also have love here. And so what I'm seeing here is that we have the key, but you have to unlock your own heart. So that's something maybe we're working on. Allowing maybe to a rebirth of ourselves, and maybe even looking at things in a different perspective, and also unlocking our own heart. We do have it there. It's wanting to unlock. It's like it just shines brightly here. So I do see this. Let's actually see what the tarot has for us as we look at in there. Okay, so what cords does group 1 need to cut? Cords does group 1, or what do they need to let go of? So we have 3 of Wands. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Wow, beautiful cards. The Tower. Okay, that's the rebirth right there. I was like, oh, yeah, I couldn't have it without that. The King of Pentacles. And one more card. I need to release. Okay, and the Knight of Cups. Yep, okay, that's the love here. Okay, and overall, the overall energy here is the Tower. Actually, this is an interesting reading here, because I feel like, just based on this, it almost feels like there's like you're longing for something in the past. I know that we were also planning, but there is with this 3 of Wands, there is about patience, but there is a longing there as well. It's like you're looking out into this, looking into like what the future may hold, but there is a sense also here of almost like wanting to go on that ship, but not allowing yourself. Maybe you weren't ready to go on. And this is for me seeming like something that has to do in terms of love here, definitely with this Knight of Cups, but it might just be with something else as well, like maybe it's taking that first step, taking that kind of almost like a leap of faith into whatever ideas or something that, you've been really wanting. You've been looking at it from far away. You've been kind of planning it, but you've been holding yourself back off here. But I think with this here is letting us know that, yeah, you're starting to see it. You're starting to see yourself on that ship, sailing towards the things that you want. Now, what I do find interesting is this is what makes me feel like this might be for some of you. For some of you, it's like you've held love off at a distance. Like you've been longing for it, but you're not sure you were ready. But here, you have, again, sense of like the Knight of Pentacles, very independent, very like, I'm self-sufficient. But then we have the Tower here. So I feel like it's a sense of, well, it's a sense of totally releasing anything that's been blocking you, right? And this, I mean, you don't get any more cord cutting than the Tower, I would say. But in this sense, it's almost, how do I say it? It's almost saying like, we've had a facade on we've had a certain facade that we've been following. We were kind of a little bit also afraid of this, taking, again, like a leap of faith into that ship, into the, into almost, I feel like, unknown, into a different direction. So the Tower is here to provide that for us, right? We couldn't do it. The universe decided to step in here and give us this. It's almost to me like a sense of freedom, because for me, the Phoenix is actually very freeing. Like there's also a lot of fire, creativity coming through, but it's also a sense of like releasing your, like allowing your spirit to soar, not being tied down with certain things. So, like beating people up again. So there's a sense of like, that is what I think is coming through here. Now with this King of Pentacles, now this is interesting to me, because it could be that we have somebody who's actually there, interested in you, wanting to be there for you. King of Pentacles, like independent, financially independent, or very stable feeling, and they do have this offer coming through of love coming through. For others of you, I feel like maybe that's you. You've been kind of like, I always like the King of Pentacles, because it feels like of all the kings, like I love all the kings, but in this one, there's usually a king that has like a doggies around him, and it also has he's eating a piece of cake, and I appreciate people who eat pizza cakes, in terms of like he's enjoying life, like he's worked hard for the things that he has, so he actually savors them, right? So there's this energy here, and I feel that that's you. You've worked hard for the things that you have, right? Whatever you are, doesn't matter, like what you are, you've worked hard for them, and you like to savor them. But, and here's the thing, but I feel like you've been blocking yourself, either from love, like, you've been like, nope, putting it off, you're a bit scared of it, maybe skittish from it, or it could be something in terms of like, that your heart makes your heart really excited, but you're not really sure, because there is another sense of the King of Pentacles. There's a sense of stability, a sense of the known, and this Three of Wands is for me like the unknown. We're going into the unknown. So another reason why I do think that this has to do with like love, is this Knight of Pentacles. So I'm seeing like there's some sort of appreciation, some sort of energy coming through of an offer or of recognition, like maybe a proposal of some kind. But it's again, do you take it? Do you not take it? But let's actually see. I would like to see a little bit more. Let's see, what is this? Start with the Knight of Cups. Oh yeah, we're gonna start off with the Knight of Cups. What's this Knight of Cups doing here? The Hermit. Okay, so maybe we've been hermiting. We've been like, nope, we don't want to see love that's being offered. We are rather just kind of go into ourselves. Again, I said, like, to me it feels like there is a sense of cutting yourself off a little bit. Let's actually see what this Three of Wands energy is coming through here. Choices. Yep, definitely choices. And I do like that her eyes are actually being covered with wings. I feel like, there's a choice. It really is a choice here. Do you stay in stability of where you are? This is funny because it's the Three of Wands, but it also feels a little bit like the Two of Wands here. But what I notice is that you do have a choice here of this. You are longing for this. You're longing for this ship. You're longing for this unknown aspect where you really want to be. You've even kind of been planning it, but you've been holding yourself back from having it. And then you have to make that decision. You have to go for it, right? Like take that leap that you need to do. But it's really up to you. It's your choice always, right? There's always that freedom that we have. Okay, so we have the Tower. What is this Tower doing here? Okay, that one really wanted to get up. Okay. Oh, look at that. Is this? Oh, the Moon. Interesting. The Tower is representing our emotions here and the hidden unknown. Wow. That's an interesting thing because it's almost like these two are also kind of like, are they columns? Are they columns? Are we saying that they're columns? Or like, it feels also like they're kind of towery too. It's interesting coming here. Almost, it's a very interesting thing because it feels to me it's like you're kind of so this mechanism of this has the Moon, but I feel like you sort of stopped the Moon, you stopped the emotions, you stopped the turning of the Moon, you stopped I don't know why, it just feels like there's again stagnation, and that's why this Tower comes. You need to move it again, you need to release this emotion. So I guess this is a really good reading in terms of that, because that's what we're asking what we need to cut. And it feels like this hesitancy is something that we need to let go of. Let's see what this Nine of Pentacles is here for. The Seven of Wands. Yep, you see how we do this? It's interesting because we use this, and like I said, it's sort of like a facade. It's not necessarily. I do feel like you love being independent. I do think that that's true. And then you do have all this abundance, but it also feels like it's a defense mechanism that you have as well. I was actually seeing that she has actually the hawk there. But the hawk here is actually being not in freedom flying, but look, she has them sense, and I feel that's kind of your spirit. Your spirit is like meant to fly. Again, look at that, so much imagery that's kind of flying. It's meant to fly. There's your spirit is meant to fly. It's meant to be, and for some of you, maybe you even have a strong connection with birds, or maybe hawks in general, maybe the phoenix, but it's a sense of flight. Now the hawk is a beautiful, it's actually a beautiful omen. It's a beautiful thing. It's letting you know that you have to look at things in a higher perspective, right? The hawk has the ability to be from up above and still see the minute details. But it's kind of like, that's what I'm getting here. But I do feel like you're trapping yourself here, your spirit. You're trapping your spirit, and this is a defense that you have. This Nine of Pentacles, you're like, oh, I'm very independent. I don't want to, let people in. And I'm not saying that you aren't. I'm just saying that because you're independent doesn't mean that you don't let people in. That's a lie we tell ourselves. That's a protection that we create for ourselves, right? So that's something we're working for. We need to work on this. And let's look at what this King of Pentacles is doing here. This King of Pentacles. Okay, and we have, oh wow, the Knight of Wands. Beautiful energy too. Look at that. We have like a lot of night energy coming through. And that for me, sorry, everything like falls down a little bit. So that for me is letting us know that yes, there is a sense of stability. There's a sense of like I said, grounding and being well off and appreciating all that we have accomplished. But it's also a sense coming through here of also wanting to go on this adventure. You know, like you like being there, but you also have different callings. Again, I'm just seeing this like you're like your spirit just wants to fly. I don't know how to, but you keep bringing it down. You keep on like trying to, like, in your spirit, I mean like your creativity. It could be like you're trying like find love. It's in so many ways that you're trying to like control it, and then that's why this tower comes in. We need to let this, like, the cycles continue. We need to let the emotions be released. We need to actually kind of allow this new, and I love the night energy here because it's like this new momentum coming through here. Yes, there is love being offered coming through. There is a sense of creativity coming, something that we want. It's something that we don't allow ourselves to have, but now is the time to cut this, right? We need to let go of, like, we were gonna let go of this hermiting. I'm all about introspection, but and this introspection is almost like you're hiding yourself, right? There's a need for you to allow yourself to have this rebirth, which I do. I'm glad that we have this beautiful thing, and allow ourselves to love, or allow ourselves to unlock our heart, whether it is with love or whether it's a creative project that we have. We need to just allow ourselves this. And so the tower does have that there. All right, let's see. I'm sorry, this is exciting. I do like this a lot. So we're gonna play with this next. We're gonna play with one of my favorite new decks, which is the Witch Becomes Her. So let's actually see, what do we need to release, or what cords do we need to cut for the new year? What cords do we need to cut for the new year? What cords do we need to cut for the new year? We need to cut for the new year. Creature Witch. So nurture empathy and coexistence. Okay, let's go ahead. I'm gonna, like, we're gonna get this 2 more cards. What else do we need to cut? Kitchen sustenance, preparation, and shelter. Yeah. 2 more. Angry Witch. So neutralization, polarity, and shadows. Okay. Yeah, so I do like this because it's letting us know that there is shadows here, that we need to do it. But like, what I want to see here is this Kitchen Witch, which for me, it's like, yes, super cozy, super wonderful. Definitely has that energy of the King of Pentacles. But it also has this energy of the Hermit. Sorry, my voice is going. So we're cutting this. Not that I'm saying, oh, don't be at home and don't enjoy yourself, sustenance and preparation. No, it's not that. I'm saying it's time for us to kind of get out of our little shelter, out of our little cozy spot. We need to go into this ship, right? I'm just like, you just want to jump there. Now this is interesting for me here, because it's like, oh, why would we need to let go of this creature witch, right? And like, there's a nurturing, there's empathy, and there's coexistence. I don't know, I feel like, and this is sort of, it's an interesting thing. I mean, and I may clarify it with me, but to me, it just seems like, again, there is a sense of hiding here. And I feel like there's a hiding here with, like, over empathy, right? I don't know how to describe it aside from, like, sort of, I'm hearing this is like, you kind of are dimming your light, not to fit in so much. You're just dimming your light because you don't, it sort of feels like you don't want to outshine others. You don't want to outshine people. I feel like that's something else. You don't really want to, like, you rather kind of like not, you want to pretend. And I do feel like that, again, that there's a sense of facade that's coming for you, that you don't, that you aren't this, like, amazing magical person, or you're dimming it. You're like, okay, but you don't really show it to others, because you don't want them. There's a sense of, like, over empathy, over trying to, like, make other people comfortable, like, but like, how do I say this? It's like, yes, that's very sweet, but that also feels like that's also because you might be afraid of shining brightly like you're meant to. I hope that makes sense to some of you. And then, of course, yes, we do have our shadows. We are working on our shadows here. I do like this, that we are working on the shadows, but I feel like neutralization. Now, this is where I'm like, lately I'm like, we don't, working on the shadows is not necessarily mean that you have to neutralize them. It is more of like understanding yourself in your entirety. That's why I'm like, I like this, but I also feel like you never, part of our shadows are always there, and that's sort of what gives us the different shades of who we are. And I think I came to appreciate that a lot. I do want to create, like I did say that I wanted to, so clarify this creature witch. Why is this creature witch there? Two of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah. See, they're gonna be like, what? You're trying to make everything, and have you noticed here? Oh, I do love this. There's the ship is there again. Look, there's a ship. The ship is following you. Ships and birds, I tell you. The ocean here is a little more clouded, but we do still have this energy. So I think, and here it is, you might not necessarily agree. You're trying to make everything too, I feel like in your over empathy, because I really do think you're over empathy, and I do feel like it also stems from a fear that's coming through here. You're always trying to like saying like, oh, it has to be balanced, it has to be balanced, there has to be like you have to not shine because you feel like other people are not shining. And now I want to say this to you because this is important, and maybe you won't agree with me, but that's okay. Dimming your light so that other people don't feel like they don't have their uniqueness is actually being unfair to you, and it's being unfair to them, because of the sense of, so I have a little bit of trouble with like everybody who's like, oh, everybody has to be equal. I'm like, no, we're not equal. And there's or this whole thing of equity. I'm like, no, I don't how do I say it? Because it always feels like somebody is like, oh, we have to like lower stuff. But no, I feel like our uniqueness, right? Our beauty is our uniqueness. It's our individuality. It is beautiful. Like you shine the light. If you shine the light really brightly, you're gonna encourage others to lift up their light, right? If we try to hide ourselves, if we try to like dim our light because we're like, oh, we don't want somebody to feel bad, we're being unfair to them. We're not letting them grow, right? And that's important. I mean, some of you were like, oh, might not like what I'm saying, but I feel like there's a sense of challenge and growth, right? You've gone through this. You've actually, like, you have a rebirth. You have the phoenix that's rising. That is the strength of you. That is the beauty of you, right? And then to say that somebody else can't do that for themselves is just unfair to them, because maybe your light shining so brightly and beautiful, right? So beautifully shining, so sharing your gifts, going into this unknown, right, will inspire others to do the same. And I feel like that's something, I really feel like that's something that you have, a gift to give to the world, shining your light, and here giving hope, but not by dimming yourself, not by over empathy, by empathizing, but by rather inspiring others, right? And again, I also feel like it also has with this neutralization. You're like, oh, I can't, like these emotions, right? I'm like, we do have shadow and we have light. And that is like in the different shades of us is beautiful. That's allowing our growth, our beauty, our actually, I would say our evolution, right? In so many ways, as a person, as a people, as a humanity. If we over empathize, if we always are like, oh, I can't shine because, you know, this person doesn't have that, or this something, but no, but inspiring. That's, I think, the goal here. Giving hope, allowing our different shades of, oh, thank you, universe, for telling me. Yeah, it's and the bells let me know that yes, but I would say yes. I'm like right on, in allowing ourselves to be who we are, the shadow, the light, all those shades, creating this beautiful, and letting go of this shelter. Like we need to step out of it. We need to step out of our comfort zone. And I, you know, that's a very strong statement. I'm sorry, I didn't actually want to go on and on about it, but I felt like that was something. So I do want to see what we can also do when for us to like let go. We're gonna use these cards. This is the Moon manifestation, the Moonology manifestation, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. So what chords are, what do we have to do? Know you are loved. That's beautiful. And accepting it. So this is something. Step up and lead. Beautiful too. I totally agree with you. So maybe that is like putting on a thing that we don't, and practice gratitude. Am I seeing this? Is this spelled correctly? Please let me know. I misspell things all the time, but I'm curious if I misspelled it all this time. Alright, now let's look at that. So yeah, we're gonna actually go through that one, but I wanted to go look at these cards as well. And these are my surrender cards. So we have, actually, I forget what it's called. It's the Power of Surrender. I actually really like these cards. But these, okay. So this is what I'm saying. Step up and lead. Again, it is the sense of like trying to find that too much balance, trying to dim your light, because look, it's even telling us you have the ability to step up and lead. And I feel like not only that, but inspire. You are meant to inspire. And if you're dimming your light in any way because you're like, oh no, over empathy, that is not, you are hurting yourself and you're hurting others as well. Being good at something, being great at something is not a bad thing. It is actually, it compels others to grow with you, to grow and get better at things, right? So that's sort of my thing. And so practice gratitude. Yes, because you do have a lot of beautiful things that you are available to you. So maybe that's something. For me, I feel like you have a lot of gratitude in you. But maybe practicing gratitude is also acknowledging all the gifts that you do have and not trying to hide them. That could be something here. All right, let's see what we need to surrender. What does group 1 need to surrender for the new year? Oh, you're kidding me, man. I love you. Okay, I'm gonna choose and then we'll go into it. So what else? What does group 1 need to surrender for the new year? Surrender spirit, yep. What do group 1 need to surrender? Oh yeah, look at that. Oh my God, spirit, you can't even. I like spirit. I love you so much. Okay, so here we go. So we need to surrender. Surrender the habit of people pleasing. Speak your needs and be true to yourself. Focus on your own happiness instead of always trying to make everyone else happy. And that is what we saw. This is a very important message here for you. And now surrender spirit. Once you've done everything you can to achieve a goal, turn the situation over to the divine. Let spirit work its magic for you. And I do like how this one is letting us know also about your magic. Well, I think spirit is definitely, with a tower, is definitely going to help you out there. So here, we all have magic in us, even in the mundane aspects of life. Remember that you are a magical being with uniqueness and worth that comes from just being you. Seriously, that's exactly what we're saying here. You are meant to shine your beautiful light. Do not try to, like, bring it down. Do not try to, like, over empathy here. You are meant to shine. You have this beautiful magic, and accepting it, you know. I'm going to read it again because I really like this one. We all have magic in us, even in the mundane aspect of life. Remember that you are a magical being with a uniqueness and worth that comes from just being you. And you see how there's this sense of uniqueness? It is. You are very unique. Need to let that shine come through here. All right. We're slowing down. And actually, we're going to leave this one for the chakra wisdom. So as we let go of some stuff at the very end. So let's actually do this is the Winter Wonders Divination Dice set. Okay, here we go. Look at that. Shining our light. And there's also potential for, I feel like, for love coming through, or for you uniting with somebody who else shines that light. For some of you, but for some of you, it's like maybe 2 wishes coming through. Oh my goodness, no, seriously, I love this. Abby said, this is your shine bright like a diamond. Seriously, that's so beautiful. Perfectly. Okay, we have look, I want you to see this. All the emotions. There's being angry, there's being sad, and there's being happy. All of those emotions are okay. All of this, all the gray matter, all the shadow light is all okay. It's all okay. It's all part of our aspects of who we are. I wanted to say this. So I feel with this little elf guy here, it's help. There's help around you. Please, accept the help that is being offered. And by that, it could, and it doesn't mean like, it doesn't have to be like, helping you in a certain way, but it could just be accepting to me, it feels like the offer of the appreciation. Maybe somebody compliments it. Accept that a compliment. Say thank you. If they're helping you in a project, it's like accepting it. It's not. It's okay. They're there for help. Look how happy that little go-lucky little buddy right there. Elf right there. Now this is actually quite interesting to me because it does remind me, it has this nostalgia to it. It reminds me of the 6 of Cups. So it feels like, oh my goodness. For some of you, it feels like you're connecting somebody from the past to like that's shining together. So again, it could be love, but it could just be somebody who you admire, that we have this shining come. It's kind of a sense of coming together. It also feels like before there was a different timing, but now you can gather together and actually just keep doing what you're doing. This is good. It feels also like a sense of community coming through here. So that's important. I do love this. Now let's go ahead. Ooh, pardon me. Let's go ahead and see what divination. No, we already did. Let's see what the sprinkle of charms is. Sprinkle of charms for the collective of group 1. Okay, my friends. Oh yeah. Okay. So there's might be a wish coming through in terms of love, but it might be with your job, somebody you work with. There's also, if you're struggling with money and career, self-love is what's needed to unlock that key, right? Unlocking the key. So maybe you're focusing too much on like, I have to make money, but you're kind of forgetting to take care of yourself. And it's saying here, no, like first valuing yourself and letting that allows more abundance to come through, right? So you don't just want to bring yourself out. And that's something I have to listen to. Because I tend to go crazy with it. Again, here is the sense of this helper. Allow yourself. If somebody wants to offer you, or if there's something, let's say a program or something that will help you make things easier for you, take advantage of it. Really enjoy it. Or for some of you, baking it's the time of the year for baking. And I do see this, like here we have like love and those like friendships. Maybe your friends are going to introduce you to like somebody who's interested in you, or maybe your past friends are going to come through. I might like this, but it is a sense of friendship coming through here. Spirit is definitely telling you your uniqueness is important. Follow your own, go through, go along with your own drumbeat. We do have this, message coming through, and it was reversed here, so I feel like you're trying to ignore it, but I feel like there's, again, that Knight of Cups is coming through. There's some sort of like love declaration, or somebody who's like letting you know. It might also again be from the past, because we do have this, which is vinyl, what do you call those? Forgot what those are called. I know they're vinyls, but this is an actual thing. That's okay. So somebody from the past may be coming through, or you're kind of avoiding a message that's coming through here. Yeah, I do like this. Okay, now let's end it with the chakras. What we need to work on, let go of, release, or cut these cords. Let's look at that. Collective of group 1. Okay. I love. They always have a. Oh, look at this! But look! I want you to see the differences that. And I think this one here. So we have 3 beautiful cards. Then this. Because I want to say this. Look, I want to. There's a balance here. So we have the 4th chakra, so heart, generosity. So generosity is sharing. I give myself freely, and I am open to opportunities to do so. I do this because I can. I expect nothing in return. Speaking from the heart will let those around me know how I feel about them. My generosity will touch another person's heart and replenish their spirits. Through love, I have positive, spontaneous, and lasting influence on the healing and transformation of both myself and others, right? This is a beautiful thing. I'll leave this one because I want to. So we'll do this, the 3rd chakra. So self-worth and self-esteem. I honor myself by doing things that please me, not only those that please others. I am empowered as I release the need to live up to other people's unrealistic expectations of me. When I respect and approve of myself, others will naturally do the same. I teach others how to treat and respect me by how I treat and respect myself. Self-care here coming. I know I'm worthy of love and respect. The boundaries I create with others acknowledge my self-worth. Look at that. Beautiful. All of this is letting us know. And 2nd chakra, sacral heart chakra. I am a mentor, not a rescuer. I avoid continually sacrificing my own happiness for others by rescuing and enabling them, as doing this may hinder personal growth for both of us. I choose not to be a martyr. I am a mentor, not a rescuer. I do not assume that everyone wants my opinions and solutions to their life challenges. And if I'm in doubt, I will ask them. I take responsibility for my own happiness. Wow. Poof. That just, I'm gonna leave it there. Bang. There's a lot of cool stuff here. Oh, and I feel like, well, like, oh wow, this is sort of like some sort of like a shedding of some skin, or some like, some sort of shedding of some kind. I have no idea what it is, but it's like, for me, it's shedding of the old. You're releasing this. We have the rebirth, allowing yourself to have this. So hopefully it's not too harsh. We have to delve deeply into all these things so we can see really what we need to do. And I feel like this was a good reading. If you did consider it a good reading, I can speak. Please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. I truly appreciate you. I actually want you to shine your beautiful light. I love seeing people who are shining. I love seeing people who are thriving. I love seeing people who are just living their dream. Do you know why I love to see them doing that? Because it inspires me. Please be that light for everybody. Please don't diminish your beautiful light to try to like be fair to anybody else. You're being unfair to yourself, and you're being unfair to them. I like it when you shine your light. I am sure they do too, and if they don't, that means that they need to work on themselves too. So with that, Widens, I'm sending you so much love, so much light, so much happiness, so much beautiful things that are coming. Have a great day, my friend. Bye-bye. Hello, my friends. I'm so happy that you are here. So we're gonna see what this is. And before I do, though, I wanted to actually say I am on social media now. I'm not just YouTube. I am on Instagram and on TikTok. So if you ever want to follow me there, you can. Definitely, it's just Mystic Star Magic click here. Okay, so let's get to this. Let's see what you have. So you chose this card, which is a beautiful card, and it's about vanity. So maybe something we need to let go of is the sense of our own vanity. It's almost like here, if you actually see, and these are my actual cards, the magical site. So I'm very excited to be doing this here with you. Here we have like something guarding. I guess that's, for me, it kind of feels like a little bit of a shadow self here, hiding our vanity, guarding it. Like we're like, no, we want to, I see that as like trying to protect our ego, really is what I'm seeing. That, to me, the vanity is more of like the ego that you're trying to keep up. I do see here with the patience, it's like you have a lot of power in you, right? Here, especially here with this, but you, maybe the ego wants things to go a lot faster. The ego thinks like, oh, like, it doesn't want to do the work in a certain sense. It just wants the outcome. I'm not saying that's necessarily what is happening. We're going to do the tarot for it. But what I want to say is that if we're in this rush, right? And I'm there with you because I go through this all the time. Or I'm like, my ego is like, wait, come on. Let's, like, let me be successful in this way, right? But if I were to just do it, like, let's say if I were to just, oh, no, even better example. Lots of people, let's say, play the lotto, right? And let's say they win the lotto, right? But their whole, before, right? All before is more like they have, the habits, let's call it the habits, the thought processes of not like, knowing how to handle money, or not knowing how to like take care of things in like instead they don't take care of the resources, of the things they value. Most people who win the lotto, right, a certain amount of money, they usually end up like either bankrupt or like in debt, because they don't know how, like, they don't know the process of how to handle that money, right? It's a beautiful gift, right? But usually they spend it too much, or even like people around them ask for it. Like it's a process. It's a different thing. So what I'm saying is, if instead, let's say those people had an idea, right? And like they put it in, let's say you had a business, they had a little tiny business, right? All entrepreneurs can understand that. We have an idea, we slowly make it grow, right? And we learn from that process. We learn from like each mistake we make, and we make plenty. I'm not saying like anything you do, yeah, okay. We make the mistake, and then we learn from it, and then that allows us to keep growing and growing and growing and growing, right? So our ego says, we want it now. But patience says, you need to learn to grow to be able to handle that. Whatever it is that you want, whatever desire that you have to grow to it, right? Until you don't really, like, you can't have, like, go from, like, being pregnant and then right away being a mom. Like, you need 9 months to mentally prepare, physically prepare, like a whole bunch of things to prepare. But our ego, right? Our ego, right here, our vanity, our ego is saying, no, we want it now. But in reality, we need the patience. We need the actual process. We need, like, right, like they always say, the journey is the whole thing. But it's like, it's because we need that growth. I hope that makes sense to you. Like, I'm trying, like, this, I actually really like this reading because it helps me as well. Like, there's things I like, there's certain things I by no means at all, like, my ego is still quite strong, and I work on things, so we're gonna see what else. So what else, what chords does group 2, or what things, habits does group 2 need to end, like, as we get ready for the new year? Go ahead, Knight of Swords. Oh, I love this stuff. Okay, the King of Wands. Yeah, okay, the Eight of Swords. Okay, one more card for what we need to work on. Okay, Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, patience. Came out. I was wondering if it was going to come out, and it totally did. Okay, so I do see. Okay, I do love that you have the King of Wands as the centerpiece of this. Okay, so let's look at that. When this came out, the Knight of Swords, I kind of laughed because it reminds me greatly of this kind of card, like this Benny Eagle card, and is also quite similar to me in that sense. So I do love this energy. This is a beautiful energy. It's not something that I'm saying, but it does have this nice energy, especially. It has a sense of like kind of rushing into things, right? Rushing headlong into things, having like, you have this idea of like, yes, this is right, we're gonna maybe it's even like this, there's an injustice here, we're gonna go and we're gonna gallop in and we're gonna ride in and save the day. But sometimes this energy of like this injustice is actually, maybe you didn't actually see the whole picture. You didn't give yourself the time to actually like find out the facts about things, and maybe that injustice was actually not the injustice. Maybe it was a misunderstanding. Maybe it was like this person, you thought this person created the injustice, but really it was the other person who did something wrong to this person, and they were just trying to like balance it out. So we don't know, like, and here, but we have this night energy of like, we're just gonna gallop into it, the scene, into this, without really pausing. There's a need sometimes for this pause. Again, like, I feel like there's a need for patience here. As it's actually been told 2 times here. But patience does not mean not to enjoy the fruits of your labor, though. I do see here the 9 of Cups, so I'm going to say it in 2 ways. I'm going to say that, yes, that maybe your wish fulfillment is already there, but you might not have like acknowledged it, because maybe once something that you want comes through, you actually just rush on to the next one and not really savor that fulfillment, that next level right here. I do want to say that for some of you, maybe there's a bit of an overindulgence, because the 9 of Cups can be that, especially around this time. So maybe overindulgent in like things. But for me, it kind of just feels like I said, it's more of you achieve something, like a wish fulfillment happens, but you don't really savor it, you don't enjoy it, you just hop on to the next thing, and here you hopping on, there's no even a pause. It just seems like you're sort of rushing to things. I do feel like with this 8 of Swords, I'm going to get to this one right here, the 8 of Swords here, we are also being trapped again with our own, maybe it is our own ego, but it's being trapped by our own thoughts. Again, it just feels like you're not kind of acknowledging the progress that you've made. It makes you feel like, oh no, I'm not moving, I feel in this state of trapped, but it's just because there is movement, you're just not acknowledging, because you want just the outcome right away. You want that, you don't actually see the progress. It might just be small progress, right? Here we have like this is what I would say, the flowers are there, the fruits are next, but the flowers are growing. Can you take a pause? Can you take a thing and actually enjoy look at the beautiful flowers that have grown, that are about to bear fruit, but you don't even acknowledge that. You're like, I want this, and you feel trapped by this. Really like the ego here coming. So the King of Wands energy here. And the Queen of Wands energy is letting me know that there's a need for action here, right? But it's coming from a place of like leadership, of knowing when to act and when not to act, right? When a good leader, right, inspires, right, and knows when to act and when to sit back and allow things to happen, right? There is that sense coming through here. It is really because you are very powerful. Definitely, maybe for some of you there, you can actually be having your own business, or you're a leader in your whatever profession. Can you look at that? What qualities got you to that place. Maybe that's something you can even look at. Let's actually see what, I'm going to see this Eight of Swords. What does this Eight of Swords represent here? Okay, this Eight of Swords represents here. We have the Five of Swords. Okay, and that actually has a lot of, that makes a lot of sense. Because the Five of Swords here, and almost everywhere, is like the sense of a victory, right? But not a victory that it's a victory that costs you something. It's a hollow victory. It's almost like with the Five always, there's a little bit of regret there, because you're like, okay, so I won, so now what? And that hollow energy comes from like, okay, I achieved this goal, but like now what? Now like you can't even enjoy it. You just go on to the next thing because you're like in this rush. You're like in a rush, and like Spirit is like, slow down, really enjoy things, enjoy those fruits, enjoy it, like enjoy the flowers before the fruits, enjoy the the actual wish fulfillment, right? Enjoy it. Let's go ahead and see what the King of Wands is doing here. What's the King of Wands doing here? Oh. Okay, we have actually the Five of Cups here again. So we have like another 5 here. We also have a Chariot, and we also have the Three of Wands. Okay, so Three of Wands again is another one that's telling us patience is needed. The Five of Cups is again, like you're saying, that the regrets coming, like there's a great regrets here, because I feel like there's a sense of trying to move too fast, trying to get to where you want to be, but you're not really learning, I guess, or maybe growing with it. You're too focused on the outcome to see the great growth or amazing things that have happened here. So again, yes, it is moving, and it's also needing to let go of something in the past that we have. Forgive ourselves here, planning for the future, having the patience with it. You're getting ready, and then making that choice though, right? Do we also making a choice here between wallowing in this regret or planning for the future and having that patience? It is a choice there, but it is like you are moving forward, but do it in a manner, because I feel like that's your energy. You're just like, you're a strong go-getter maybe, and so you feel like, oh, it has to be right now, and it has to be, but that's not necessarily what needs to happen right there. Let's go ahead and see what this Nine of Cups energy is doing here. Nine of Cups energy doing here. Okay, Two of Cups. Okay, so for some of you, there might be love that's coming through wish fulfillment that we can acknowledge. But actually, and that may be even something like, you know, sometimes we're so into this, like trying to succeed in our careers, or in our like in our businesses, or you know, doing like even our creative projects, that we kind of forget the importance of loved ones and supporting them and being there for them as well. We sometimes we take them for granted, because I do feel like there's a wish fulfillment, but you're not even acknowledging it here. And then for another ones here is also facing your you know, the act. It's like your divine feminine, divine masculine, like kind of joining them together. This action, right? Needing to take inspired action, but also enjoying like this pause time where you actually kind of reflect, see things, maybe intuit things as well. So that's important there coming here. I do like this though. Let's see what this Knight of Swords is doing here. What's this Knight of Swords doing here? What's this Knight of Swords doing here? What's this Knight of Swords doing here? Okay. Oh, Six of Cups. Like past. Ooh, there's a lot of cup energy that's being hidden here. We do have one here, but it's like being with this in the past here. This is what's driving us. So this is interesting, that in the past there's certain energies here that is what like prompted you to do this, to be like in acknowledging that though, like the past emotions, they're the foundation for everything. So that's interesting for me. So we do have this Knight of Swords energy. Oh my goodness, let me actually see this. There's a sense of playfulness. I think that's, I kind of want to say it's a gentle reminder for you not to be so eager, but to play with things a little bit, to have more of a childlike wonder kind of thing here. We have this two beautiful kids playing with like their cups, playing with the animals, enjoying nature. Again, enjoying the flowers before the fruit come, right? And now here we have this eagle here, and it's really calling me. I'm like really very strongly feeling this, the eagle sense here. And so the eagle kind of, especially in, like I like one of the omens that this eagle is, it's connecting to spirit, right? It's connecting to spirit. It's sort of letting go of the ego and really connecting to spirit here. So that's important coming through. And let's see what this Seven of Pentacles energy is doing here. Okay. The Ace of Wands. Look at that. Oh, I do love this. So the Ace of Wands is coming. It is telling us, if you have patience, right? Patience will bring, like, is inspired, and it's like new ideas, new creativity, new beginning. But you have to give yourself this time. It's like the flowers will even, maybe the flowers will give you this new idea. This is like, wow, this is something new. You're gonna get a new sense of creating, and you're kind of in a sense like beginning this, right? Think about each stage as a beginning, right? So you plant the seeds and then you move on to the next one. You're like, each one is a new beginning for you, allowing yourself to learn from it and enjoying it, right? And aces are beautiful because there's new beginnings, there's excitement, there's energy of like, wow, it's not the Seven of Pentacles in terms of like, oh my God, how long do I have to wait? But instead of like, okay, we're at this stage right now. Oh my goodness, what's gonna like happen? What can I take from here in this point in time? Very beautiful. And let's actually see. Let's see what we need to. So what what do we need to? What cords do we need to cut, or what energy do we need to let go of? What cords do we need to cut and what energy? And this is Beloved Crystals, beautiful. One of my new favorite decks. The Witch Becomes Her. Witch Becomes Her. Okay, let's see what energy do we need to cut, or what cords we need to cut as we get ready for the new. Okay, we have. Okay, Sex Witch, Love, Lust, Boundaries. Okay. Interesting. We also have the Fire Witch. Yeah, we do have a lot of fire for you. Intensity, power, mission, personal. And what else? Hesitation. Oh, the Skeptical Witch. Okay. And it's interesting because you do have those energies in you. You have the Fire Witch, which is like here. We have that. We have the King of Wands coming through. And even I almost feel like this energy here is also, even though it's not fiery, there's a sense of intensity. So we do have this. So I'm not saying not to have this intensity. I'm not saying that it isn't beautiful. But then we also have this Eight of Swords coming through, and there's questions, hesitations, doubts. But I almost want to say there's a need for balance here between both of these things. Having this intensity, right? This thing, like, we're going to do it, but also allowing yourself to have these questions and actually, but not letting them block you. I don't know how to describe it. It just seems like there's an imbalance here between these two particular things that we have here. Because I feel like this is definitely that Eight of Swords energy, and that's not an energy we want to follow. Like trapping ourselves in a situation with worries and everything. That's like, or like saying that we can't move forward. But then we're also saying, and I'm saying definitely take that power, taking that energy, igniting and thing, but maybe not lowering your intensity, but allowing yourself the space in between these two things. Now, this is actually a quite interesting thing. So the Sex Witch, and and what I'm saying here, maybe you won't agree necessarily. Maybe you'll say like, what? But I actually think you want something. You want a deeper connection, right? So maybe I won't even say, but what I'm saying is like you want deeper connections than just a physical or like things. You want something that is meaningful, And that is something that you have to maybe acknowledge for yourself. And if you want something meaningful, then you have to, there is a sense of like acknowledging that. You're moving, like if you're so focused on, you know, like growth in terms of career and or like in other types of growth, we don't acknowledge this, right? So really trying to, I almost feel like trying to find a sense of balance within your own life of all the different things that you want, right? Beautiful. It's not, this is a fiery, I'm not saying not to be the fieriness, but allowing yourself this space between all this and allowing this love to come through here, right? If you're so focused on only career, you're like, you might miss out on this love that's being offered, right? So being open, like also allowing this, it's like, okay, I do want this, I want something meaningful, I want this connection. And if you're at work or something and you already have this, but you're so busy at it that you're kind of neglecting this is maybe also a reminder of like, hey, let's you know, just I have to say, like, even just having sex even with the person that you love, but not having conversations, not connecting on this deeper level is still not enough, right? You have to like really connect to a person, listen to them, hear them, have conversations, enjoy the things, like, you know, spend time with them. It's not just enough to just, you know, okay, we go through the motions. I almost feels like that. It's like go through the motions. No, have to be there, be in present with them. Otherwise, this like eventually it will go away because they're gonna feel a lack, and that's important for you. Maybe you're going through this and it's like, hey, that's not enough. This, okay, it's just we're going through the motions, but we're not connecting. So maybe it's a little gentle reminder that maybe this needs some attention right here, right? Like taking the time out, go on a date, maybe spend some, maybe go on a holiday together. If you can't, then do a staycation where you focus on each other, and not just, you know, like, I mean, like a deep kind of like a bonding thing. I hope that makes sense. Like I never quite know if it will, if it won't, but I do hope that. And if you need that also with yourself, like, but I feel like it's for some of you who are like, oh, because I feel this energy of you is like such a go-getter, that you're kind of like, you need to sort of also not forget who's there with you, supporting you. It's important. You know, I always think about that too. But I'm just like, oh, I just realized I did not have a microphone. I usually have a microphone. I hope this actually has, you can hear me properly. Oh boy, that took a while. Okay, let's see what we also need to do. So what else? What do, you know, what do we need to, like, cords to cut? What do we need to go of? Okay. Oh, you're hilarious. Work through your feelings. Yep, because there's a lot of feelings here that is actually prompting a lot of things. And I'm not really sure that we have worked through them, because we have the Five of Swords, the Five of Cups energy coming through. We even have the Six of Cups, and those are all behind all those other cards. And I'm just wondering, yeah, they need to work for our feelings here. Assess the situation. Yes. Giving yourself that time. Assess. That's an even perfect way of putting it. Yeah, assess the situation before just jump in here. You know, see what really is lying behind there. Let's see what other it needs to come through here. Think it through. Yeah, it's a sense of pausing that you need. It's like, because you have so much, like, action in you, but you also need to have a little bit of pause, and that's where the patience is there for you. Let's go ahead and see what we need to surrender. Surrendering cards. I really love these cards. If you ever, you know, like, I may not, these are just, it helps me because I'm like, okay, what do I need to surrender, right? But it's good. Sometimes we don't even acknowledge the things that we need to let go of. So let's go ahead and see what the collective group do we need to surrender right now. What does the collective of group 2 need to surrender right now? What does the collective of group 2 need to surrender right now? Okay, that's where I wanted to go. Surrender to divine timing. Yep, patience right there. We're going to go ahead. We're going to see what other stuff. What else does group 2 need to do? Group 2 need to surrender right now. Surrender to non-action. Wow. What else does the collective of group 2 need to surrender to? Okay. Surrender to your soul's path. Alright. That's a beautiful thing. Let's go ahead and start ourselves off with the surrender to divine timing. Because right here. Sometimes divine timing means differ from your ego's timing. It's just like, oh, sorry. I'm like trying to make it so that you can actually see it. Oh, okay, so sometimes the divine timing may differ from the ego's timing. If your goal isn't manifesting fast enough, according to your ego, be patient and trust the universal flow. Okay. I love that all is like they're all kind of come together. Okay. Surrender to non-action. Now is the time to be still and not act. Simply breathe and focus on your own power. Let others come to you. So that's a beautiful thing. Letting others come to you. Allowing yourself that pause here. And I love that you have this unicorn. Acknowledging also for me, it's like not only your power, but also like I feel like your uniqueness, allowing yourself to be admired too in a little bit here, and admire yourself as well. All the goals, all the things that you've accomplished. Okay, surrenders to your soul's path. Your life journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. Embrace every lesson and every moment. Even in stillness, there is a lesson. Oof, that's actually a very strong thing. Even in stillness, even in non-action, even in this like being patient, there is a lesson. There is a something to learn from this. There's a growth that needs to happen in it. Oh, that is. I actually am like, I got little goosebumps there for that one. Let's actually see our, is this the one we wanted? I'm like, oh, what did we do with it? I do have a dice set. There we go. There we go. It's our winter dice. It's our winter wonders dice set. So let's go forth and see what we have. Alright. Oh, look at that. We have in Likuno. You had it. I'm not going to change it. Okay, so we have love is important. Maybe paying attention to love. Here we have like a little drunken guy. So it's like kind of also allowing yourself to enjoy the moments. Let go of control a little bit. And just, I do feel like this is like feeling your emotions coming through here. For some of you, and this is like a feeling that I do get, like it's almost like two stars meeting. Like if you give yourself the time, it's two-star meeting. And it's all, I guess, to me it does seem like it's divine timing here. With the Christmas tree here, which I love Christmas trees. As you can tell, I have one right here for celebration. We do have a sense of, well, how do I want to say it two ways. I want to say that there is a sense of like acknowledging the things that you've gone through, but it also feels like you need to see the beauty, really enjoy the moment is really what I'm seeing. It's like I kind of feel like you're this tree. You have all these beautiful decorations. You have all this like beautiful, like a star shining. You do see how they have stars there? Stars shining. You're beautifully lit up. But if you miss it, you know, like allowing yourself to acknowledge this part of you and allowing others to even see it as well. But you're so busy not here that you're already moving on to like to the spring where you're like, nope, gotta get rid of all these things. You don't see the accomplishments. You don't see this beauty. You're in too much of a rush. I do feel like with the little elf here, with the little elf buddy, and there's help there. Allow yourself to like let others help you too. Be there. You know, be present there with them. I don't know why it feels like it really is a message. Be present with the people that you love. Be present with your friends. Be present with your family members. Be present. Not so much always in a sync. And here we go. Seek the magic in every day. Seek the magic in every day. There is magic, and even in like, you know, like everything there's a sense of magic. So needing to see it there, and allow it in. So we're gonna do the charms, and then we're gonna end up with this chakra. So just hold on. Don't go ahead and like you're like, okay, we're done. No, we're not. We still have more to go. Let's see. What What is the collector of this you need to let go of? This one's the collector. Okay. Alright, friends. Ooh, actually there's a lot of stuff. Okay. Spirit is also saying here, you know, like you don't have to always be on the hunt. Times to release. Oh my goodness, look at that. I want you to see this. Like you got the family and the slow motion. Like enjoy the treats and enjoy your family. Enjoy the, like this is something that's important. You need to enjoy. Like actually take it slow down. Enjoy your family. Enjoy. Yeah, it just feels like that needs to happen here. Again, there's a sense of like allowing people to help you. Collaborating with others is important. We have 2 elephants. The money is also here. It comes, let it go. Like it'll come to you naturally. You don't have to work for it in that sense. I mean, no, I'm not saying not to work for it, but allowing it to come to you is that sense of care. We do have like maybe this dragonfly lets me know that is like we're releasing the illusions, but also like conjuring our magic here coming through. Wish fulfillment coming maybe for fun and travel. So there is maybe something that's coming for you. Maybe it's allowing yourself to have a little fun, right? And maybe travel somewhere. Can't always be that busy beaver. You get to enjoy yourself. There's magic there. You might even find new inspirations. Maybe that Ace of Wands is in the fun and the travel, you know? Okay, let's see what other things. What does collective of group 20 go? Or cards I need to cut. Let's see. Have this one. Let's see, here we go. And one more. Okay, go. That's interesting. This one wanted to come out. I'm gonna do it. So instead of, it always, you know, I say this and then it says a different thing. So let's go ahead and go through all of them. So second chakra, sacral chakra, abundance. So I am worthy and deserve an abundance of anything that I require. I watch my thoughts to ensure that I am honoring and respecting myself. I honor myself by knowing that I am worthy to receive and I am open to receive now. I remind myself that it is a sign of strength to ask for help. Again, receiving the help that we have there. If we need it, we have it. I'm going to read this one next. So, freedom of choice. I have the freedom to choose, so I choose wisely because my decisions have a great impact on how I see myself and how I feel about myself. I own, accept, and express my feelings unreservedly, and I do not try to escape them with my own mind games. So true. I have free will to choose how I respond to any situation, and I choose to respond with wisdom, clarity, and understanding. Wow, very strong. Okay, let's see what this one is coming through here. So, 5th chakra, throat. Oh, beautiful. I am committed to sharing and receiving my thoughts and feelings by being creative in my communication style and using expressive language. I singing, sighing, laughing, crying, and through using my creative talents. I consciously use my senses to experience my world more fully. That's important. I see, hear, smell, and feel more, and I become more aware of my surroundings, such as the weather, aromas, people, nature, sounds, and sights. Beautiful. Yes, definitely 100% we're agreeing with that. Alright, now let's see which one. Self-confidence. I trust myself fully. I will not allow fear or doubt to hold me back from doing what I am here to do. I have confidence, belief, and conviction in my abilities and goals. I welcome questioning by others, as this gives me the chance to clarify my truth, ideas, and philosophy, as I trust in a higher power and I am open to new challenges. Beautiful. Look how beautiful this is. This is a perfect way to end this beautiful reading. So I hope you liked this reading. If you did, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. I truly appreciate you sharing your beautiful time, sharing your beautiful energy, sharing just the amazingness that is you with me, and being here on this journey with me and being part of my community. I am beyond grateful for you. I'm sending you so much love, so much light, so much happiness, so much joy, and just, all these beautiful things that are around you. May you see them, may you experience them fully. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye, group 2. Hello, my friends from group 3. Let's find out what we need to let go of as we get ready for the new year. So we have change, though. I think allowing ourselves to go through change. I almost feel like it's kind of like a vortex of change. So I feel like it's almost like you've gone through a whole bunch of stuff, and now it's time for you to like kind of get out of that. Almost feel like cycles coming through. And we also have envy. So maybe, like I said, having envy is not, I don't think, a bad thing. It is just informing us. I mean, if you let it consume you, yeah, I don't think that's a good thing. But the envy is letting us know of things that maybe we want to do, but are not. Like we want to do something, but maybe we're not allowing ourselves. And so I think it's now a time to change. When I see this card, which is actually part of my magical site oracle. This is a new oracle that I created. It almost makes me feel like the winds of change are coming, or like getting, all of that. We're coming through the other side of it. With the clouds here, there might be confusion, but we do have the sun coming through, and we have our own light as well, guiding us. With this one, I can say that it's almost, again, here it actually makes me think of the throat chakra coming, expressing something that we need to express. For some of you, maybe it's some sort of creative talent that you notice others that have it, and then you're just like, I want it. So it's something for us to work on. So I do feel that. I also feel like it's also a sense of almost isolation coming through here. Like you just don't want, like you just are going through, you're kind of frozen in, oh, love that, because it's letting us know you're kind of frozen in a state, like you're kind of in this state of just kind of waiting. And I really feel that's the sense of waiting. And then here comes change. Change is like, and I do feel like it may be scary for it usually is. Change is scary, even if it's better, right? If we're about to go into something better, it's still kind of like calling us back here. But I do love that there's like a light here coming through to the back. It also feels like there's hope, there's things coming through. We just have to be ready for it. Let's go ahead and look at the tarot here. So let's see, what does the collective of group 3 need to let go of? Oh, I accidentally, nope. Don't accidentally, didn't want to turn it off. Sorry. What does the collective of group 3 need to let go of? We have the Page of Swords. So we need to kind of, there's a truth that needs to be coming out. It's kind of a scary looking face though. Oh, what's funny? I actually saw the Hangman before, and I was like, oh, it seems like that would be something. And it came out. We also have the Two of Cups, nice energy. We have Six of Swords. Yep, that's the change coming through. And then we have the Four of Swords. Oh, beautiful energies coming through here. Yeah, but if you actually see this person's face, it's actually kind of scary looking. Oh, but again, the clouds are here, but there's sun in the background coming through. I do feel like you need to express some sort of truth. We do have these two birds coming, so I feel like messages need to come through. Again, there is this sense here, because I said this one reminded me of the throat chakra, so it's like your throat chakra is kind of stuck. It's not letting you express something. We need to clear that up. I do think, and it's actually quite beautiful here with this change here, and we do have the Hangman and the Four of Swords almost. I love that the Two of Cups is there, but we're going to get to this. But the Hangman energy here is letting us know that, almost like for me, it's always like letting us perceive things differently. I do want to actually just see what is falling. I do think those are butterflies kind of flying out of it. Like these are all butterflies, so it's like a transformation coming through here. Looking at the world in a different perspective, looking at your life in a different perspective, getting higher perspective. I also see this here. It's like you're kind of chaining yourself. I feel like, and hear me out, a little bit of like the status quo is chaining you. Like thinking that things have to be a certain way. You feel like you can't move forward here. I do like why I'm saying that is because there's also this Four of Swords here, it is almost like a need for going deep within yourself, so that we can see the change here. We can perceive our change. I also, for some of you, I very strongly feel like dreams are going to play a very vital part of this letting go. So, because for me, it's actually like, and I've been noticing a lot, but in this deck especially, it's like we have the Three of Swords here. They're kind of like here. So we have the Two of Swords. So, I know you're like, it's the Four of Swords. Obviously, we're going to have those swords. But I feel like here we have Two of Swords, so confusion, right? But then we have this other extra sword that is the Truth sword. That is this truth that needs to come out. And then we have like, almost feels like there's a need also, like, so this is the truth, but this is also the underlying current as well, like how do I say it, a deeper one from really deep within yourself. This is your heart truth. This is, I would say, your subconscious truth, if you will. So it needs, like, things need to be let out. Lots of beautiful things. We actually do see we have three swords energy coming through, and I feel like, and this is one of my most beautiful cards here, because we have the Six of Swords. So Six of Swords is letting us know that, yes, maybe this envy, and I feel like it's the envy, but it's also feeling like this sense of stagnation, of like getting stuck, of not freeing your emotions, not freeing thoughts, not freeing something. It's like you're stuck in this place. So I do like that we have the Six of Swords, that we're moving forward. We're letting this go. We're letting this all go and moving towards the change that we need to go. With this Two of Cups, it could be definitely that maybe we're moving towards love. But we also have another sense of maybe moving towards really being able to see ourselves, right? Or say, like I said, there's this sword here is like coming through. There's an underlying current here. So literally looking at your, I always say like shadow and light side, but it's also just kind of looking at aspects of ourselves, the divine masculine, divine feminine, but just different aspects of ourselves, our heart truth, our mind truth. Like there's things coming through. You know what's funny? I'm seeing the fish here. And this came out in group 2, but I'm seeing the call. It's been calling me more for it. I do feel like there's an abundance coming through here. The rainbow is also calling me out. Really, like it's saying for me, like there's hope. Like, yes, maybe you've gone through a lot, right? Because you are moving toward, you have the Six of Swords energy. But whatever it is, all of this, there's this hope coming through. There's this new sense of light. If you actually see, there seems to be light coming through here. But going deep within yourself is so important, because then that's when you can actually see this shifting of perception. This is when you can release a truth that it's been blocked until this point. Let's actually clarify this. I do want to clarify. Which one do you want to clarify first? I do want to clarify this Page of Swords because he's so angry looking. Okay, Five of Pentacles. Okay. So we have possibly, maybe we're talking about a sense of abandonment coming through here. Abandonment, maybe it's also just about worries about like, I don't know why, but I feel like it's like all your worries, all your things that you're coming out here. I also want to say though, with this Five of Pentacles, especially this one coming through here, where the light is coming through here, through this stained glass, it's like, if you ask for help, and maybe that is what we need. If you ask for help, right, you will receive it. It is a letting go of maybe. It's almost like, for me, it's like a sense of being in this, and like I said, it's a state of solitude for me here. It's a state of like, I can't, like, this is me by myself. Can't like look at it. This person, like, you actually see this person is actually a stone here, even though there's light behind them. Like, they could turn, if they release, like, if you let go of that, you can actually see that there is light everywhere around you. There's light guiding you. So maybe that's one of those things that we need to do. We need to ask for help. And it may be from a person. It might just be, divine inspiration, divine help coming through here. you know. let's look at the, I want to say the Hangman. Let's look at what is the Hangman doing here? What is the Hangman doing here? Oh, High Priestess. Yeah, look at that. So maybe looking at different perspectives, seeing the magic in things, seeing your power, and the mystical side. I just feel like there is a connection here with your dream world that's so important. I don't know why it's calling me out, but that's what I'm seeing. It's like your dreams are really telling you something that you need to hear. So yeah, 2 major arcana though here. You know, the Hangman, perception, looking at things in a different way. I almost feel like looking at your world through transformed eyes, seeing the higher purpose, seeing the higher being of who you are. And it's almost like, look at this. I want to show you the difference here. This here, you have the Hangman, you have it all being chained up. I really do feel that this is like the status quo, what people expect of you. It's kind of chaining you up. But look at this High Priestess. Totally free. Floating up the, I don't know if that's the Earth or if this the Moon, but a planet right behind it. To me, it's like this is the Moon, but I'm not sure. This to me is Earth. But here we have this, right? Guiding us. Our intuition is guiding us. It's letting us know. And very strong here. Intuition is letting us know you can be free. You do not have to be chained by how like others perceive you or what you think what you have to, you know, the way you think you have to live, but you can be free completely. Intuition coming through here. And I think that's probably part of the person who created it, but I'm just seeing the J and a B here. Very important coming through here. J and B, for some of you, that's important. Guiding light, letting your intuition, maybe it's about, for some of you, maybe it's connecting to that. You've been putting off maybe your own intuition. Maybe it's your own calling to like look into more of like discovering your powers, right? Maybe you have psychic abilities, and I do feel that you at least have a very strong connection in terms of dreams. They probably are like give you a lot of guidance, vivid dreams. Maybe you actually do astral travel during your dreams. But it's what it is. It's like if that's something, it's because you need to free yourself. Here you've been limiting yourself in some way. You've been kind of like put yourself in a state of being in a rock. You're like, nope, not moving, letting go of all these things. Let's actually see what the Two of Cups is here. Yeah, because this is, like I said, we can have love. Oh, look at that. I do love this though, for 2 reasons here. Yeah, like I said, the divine masculine, divine feminine. It could be that you need to actually acknowledge maybe that we have feelings for somebody. That's for some of you, and for others of you, which is, I want to say, the Magician to me. Now there's always counters. I do think that the Empress and the Emperor, obvious one. Then you have some people are like the High Priestess and the Hierophant. For me, I don't know why it is, but for me, it's the High Priestess and the Magician that for me are counters. So what I see here is that you have actually a whole lot of power at your disposal. You have this power that is coming through. You have the intuition, but you also have the power of manifesting. You have all the tools within yourself. I almost feel like you have all the different elements within yourself for this creation. Now but you have to merge those powers. I really feel like that. To me, it's like the High Priestess and the Magician. You have to merge the intuition and also like the ability to manifest physically. You have to merge those 2 powers. Those are the 2 cups. Abundance coming through, especially for those of you who do have this 5 of Pentacles from scarcity. Not necessarily abandonment, but from like you're worried about money. The answer is here, looking at things in a different way, listening to your intuition and knowing that you have the power. You have the Magician here, you have the tools to create, but you have to merge your intuition and your ability to manifest, accepting yourself fully here. Let's go ahead and see what the 6 of Swords is doing here. What's the 6 of Swords doing here? What's the 6 of Swords doing here? Okay. the moon. Wow. I mean, like, can you be any more magical? I don't know. So we're connecting to our, again, hidden emotions. We have this. We actually, like, I like, you're stuck in this same place because you have to release them. You have to let them go. And I do feel like, and it's sort of similar, this energy of needing to free yourself. Here, the moon is actually stuck right here. Emotions are being stuck here as well. Coming through here, and there needs to be, for you to release this, you need to allow yourself, because this being stuck needs this change. And it's actually quite beautiful, because it feels like this change comes from, like, if you actually see it, it's sort of like a vortex of a kind, like, but it's like cyclical too, in this sense. Here the moon is cyclical, and it needs, like, I feel like you're stuck in one of those cycles, and you're not letting yourself come out of them, right? Emotions that we are not letting go of, maybe past regrets, but I don't feel that it is. It's just more of like, it's like blocking yourself. It's like you don't allow yourself to express, blocking your, definitely, throat chakras coming through. And that comes in, it's interesting, because it also comes, because if your throat chakra, maybe your heart chakra is also blocked as well, right? We have the Four of Swords. Why is this Four of Swords coming through here? Knight of Wands, so beautiful. Wow, and actually that's the first wand energy that we have here. We have Cups, we have Pentacles, we have Swords, and now we have all four elements coming through here, which is actually quite lovely. So guiding, I again, like, I don't know why I feel like, but your dreams are very vital here. They're kind of almost feel like they're giving you messages onto what to do next, how to, the steps that you need to take next. This is like, I feel like that volcano is important for you. It's like you need to change, but it needs to be almost, I wouldn't say drastic, but it needs to kind of like, you need to let your creativity and your passion kind of come out. And I feel like you've been, since I really do feel like those emotions are kind of feeling stuck here. I feel like your dreams are the only place to allow them, that you allow them to roam free. And then, if that's the case, really listening to your dreams. But also, how do we make this come into our life? How do we start manifesting physically, not just in our dreams? That's an important. We need to accept our emotions. We need to speak them out loud. Maybe ask for help. Try to see things in a different way, coming, through your meditation, going through deep within ourselves, and like really facing ourselves here, facing all our like the intuition as well as the physical manifestation. Subconscious and conscious combined to create this beautiful energy. Like, I just feel it. I feel it for you. This, if you can actually do this, oof, you're powerful, my dear. I mean, you really are. Like, oof. I'm like, you're already powerful. I think you're just blocking that power from yourself. And I understand it can be scary to have that power, especially because I feel like you have, you have the High Priestess here. You probably are, maybe you don't even want to hear like you're psychic and you have all these gifts and you're like, I don't want to know, but it's like, it's there. Blocking it, trying to like pretend that you don't see it, is not going to help you. And in fact, I actually almost think like there's a rage coming through here from like not being able to actually be free, because you see the birds are not here, they're not flying. The only time you allowed yourself to be free is here, with this being stuck in this situation, looking at things in a different perspective. When you have the High Priestess in your dreams is when I feel like you give yourself true freedom. And I want you to change that. I want you to bring that true freedom into the material world as well. I'm not saying to get away from your dreams. Dreams are very important, but let's bring it out into our physical reality as well. And for some of you, that could also be like love coming through. Like maybe you dream of somebody, maybe you have this strong connection, but we need to start manifesting this connection. And if that's the case, we need to ask for help. How do we go about it? We no longer want to have the sense of like we're pretending that we don't feel these emotions when we do. we need to face our emotions based on here, and maybe speak our truth here. Maybe you may, and then for some of you, I'm not saying, maybe the person who you want to have that conversation, maybe they're not ready for it, and they may. I'm not saying that there's rejection, but you need to change. Things need to change. You need to move away from this in order for you to really manifest the things that you want in life. Being stuck in this place is not good for you. Let's see what else we need to, what do we need to let go of as we get ready for the new year. Okay, so tech witch, networking. Okay, we're gonna let that go here. I do always like that. That's part of the reason why I don't really shuffle as much on camera, because it usually lets me know that. Okay. Okay, well, there's a whole lot, so we're just, I guess we'll go through them one by one. Okay. So tech witch, what do we need to let go of? When I see this, like here we have here networking, electricity, and coding. So for me, it's actually, no, what's calling me drawing in here is like there's these glasses that keep in there. It's almost like you're trying to like see the ones and the zeros and ones, right? Trying to like keep things in a, I feel like trying to be so logical, trying not to see the magic in things. If it almost feels like that, you're trying to mask something up though too. With those glasses, you're like, I'm avoiding seeing something. You're avoiding seeing that sun. You don't want to see it here. Maybe for some of you, maybe being too maybe too, I wouldn't say addicted, but constantly in technology is also maybe preventing you from actually enjoying, like, real world. In terms of, let's say you're in the park and instead of looking at all the like nature around, you're kind of on your phone. Or let's say maybe you're having dinner with somebody, and instead of like having a conversation with them, you're on, again, you could be on your phone, you're looking around, you can't, there's there's a separation because of this. Really maybe taking a little break from technology. And I say this while you're watching YouTube. Oh, that's funny. Okay. So again here, what are we letting go with this white witch? Light work, benevolence, purity. Whenever I see this though, this is interesting for me. What I think about it is, it's a sense of, again, it's sort of like I love snow. I do, I love snow. Especially when it's fresh. When it's gotten all mungy and grungy, it's not as much fun. But it is a sense of here of maybe trying to keep things too sterile. When I see it, right, trying to like always have this like not, again, maybe not getting into the grungy parts of things, but always trying to like keep things sterile. I feel like that's also something, like you feel like you need to control this part of yourself. So maybe it's not others that are chaining yourself, but you yourself was chaining yourself. But you need to change that perspective. I want you to not look at the just the snow and seeing like, oh, it has to be like perfectly white, but like maybe seeing the snow and be like, let's grab a snowball and have a snowball fight. There's a sense of like needing a little, I love to call it mischievousness, but a little bit of I would say a little fun in there coming through here. Okay, so we have the darkness here. And then I'm not saying to release the darkness. I actually think you have to start facing every aspect of yourself here, because you're blocking emotions. You're blocking something. You're like, nope, don't want to see it. I feel like there's such a blocking of you not wanting to see something. I don't know what it is, but that then, the winds of change are coming. Change is needed here for you to move forward. So that's sort of what I'm getting here. And I do feel like with the Nocturnal Witch, though, I do think that in your dreams you connect. Maybe it's connecting with somebody that you care about, but it's connecting to some real aspect of yourself. This is where I feel like in your everyday life you are very like almost like in control. Everything has to be kind of a thing. In your dreams you go wild. You really allow yourself to go free with this like high priestess. Okay, so elemental, temperance, alchemy, and manipulation. It's to me the same sense of like trying to manipulate your own self, trying to manipulate things to be a certain way when it really feels like you need to let go and be free, right? Femininity, fertility, goddess, dynamic witch. I do feel like that is a need for you to, I almost feel like accepting this high priestess, seeing things through that intuition, seeing things to this divine feminine and also the divine masculine, seeing both aspects of yourself coming through here. And it's funny because I actually would say like, oh, you know, letting go of the chaos, but I actually feel like a little chaos for you is what's going to bring this change coming through. I feel like there is like a little bit of spinning, but the light is coming through for you as well. But yeah, it's all about releasing. Overall, I have to say it's like releasing control. That's what I'm seeing that you need to let go of. Let's see. Okay, what else? Oh yeah, I did want to see this. I was like, which one's next? Yeah, the Moonology. We want to see the Moonology. So what does the collective of group 3 need to let go of right now, especially for the new year for 2022? Or whenever you watch this, it's just what you need to let go of. What does the collective? Okay. Talk less, feel more. Definitely, we have that. Forgive. Oh my goodness. And see the bigger picture. Oh my goodness. I do love it. Okay, so we definitely have so forgiving yourself. And again, do you see this? Almost feels like this 2 of Cups feels like this again, it's almost I really do feel like you have to really see your aspects, your shadow self coming through, your masculine, whatever it is, that duality that you need to acknowledge. And that's where this comes from, to forgive yourself, maybe forgive others as well. See the bigger picture. That's the Hangman, seeing you need to like perceive things in a different way, not looking at it so in a sense of narrowing, a sense of control. Talk less, feel more. And yeah, emotions are important. Intuition is, especially I feel like your intuition, allowing yourself to meditate, allowing yourself to connect to this higher power that you have, because you're very powerful, 100% here. Let's see what we have for us to surrender. So what does the collective of group 3 need to surrender? What does the collective of group 3 need to surrender? Let me actually do another shuffle. What does the collective of group 3 need to shuffle? Not shuffle, but to release. Let go of. What does the collective of group 3 need to release? Especially, what does the collective of group 3 need to surrender? Surrender your change. Oh my god. Surrender to prayer. Yeah. There is asking for help. Yeah. And I was going to say that, but I wasn't. And surrender frustration coming through here. And I'm going to put that in here because it really feels like that's part of your thing here. All right, let's go in there. Okay, so surrender your fear of change. So the universe is reminding you that you are cared for always, whether you're afraid of change in your job, in your health, or in a relationship, or if you're just fearing aging or death, repeat the affirmation, I have faith that all is well. And you see how we're moving towards that light. We're always moving towards that light. Surrender to prayer. And to me, prayer is asking for help. So give yourself over completely to prayer. When you pray from your heart, you will be heard throughout the universe, and answers and support will arrive. So allowing yourself coming through here, so beautiful. And again, like the light is always there for you. Surrender frustration, envy, emotions that we have here. Frustration doesn't open any doors. The key to resolving a dilemma or solving a block is to take a breath, center yourself, and regroup, so you may approach the situation more calmly. And I feel like that's maybe why you have yourself in, or like, I'm not saying that you have yourself, but it feels like that you're in that state of the Hangman because you need to surrender that frustration. You have to see it, things in the bigger picture. You have to see things from a different perspective and surrender obsessive thinking. If you're obsessing about a person or situation, turn the dilemma over to spirit. Doing so will help you bring clarity or even solve the problem. So letting go, I really feel like there's a need for letting go of, what do I want to say? Letting go of control, right? So that's something. Okay, so we're going to do the Divination Dice and then the Sprinkle of Charms, and we're going to end with the Chakra Wisdom. So don't just turn off yet, my dears. Let's see, is this one? Yeah. Let's see what the Divination Dice. And these are, of course, our Winter Wonders. That's going to guide us through here. Okay, so love, yeah, coming through here. Love coming through. That's the Two of Cups energy coming as well. It almost feels like you're trying to hold on into something. You're trying to hold on to emotions. You're trying to hold on to a truth that's coming through here. You're like keeping those lips of yours sealed, but the universe wants you to like release here. And here we have like, so I feel like here it's actually representing your dreams, but it's also like in a state of like maybe a drunken, where you actually, when you get drunk and you actually tell the truth of all the things that you've been holding on to. It almost feels like there's a need for you to, when you're not feeling like you have to be in control anymore, you can actually release all those emotions, release everything, and move forward. It's important. So I do feel like maybe that for you, for the sleep, is that allowing yourself to have that. And this little elf, I believe, has come in. I know it was in first, I think he might have been in every group. So it's a little helper. It's helping us. Allow yourself to be helped. We have the little stuff in the stocking that's stuffed here. So, what I'm saying is here is just that, okay, there's two ways I'm looking at this. Looking at it that there's gifts coming your way. Maybe you're just not acknowledging them, or maybe that you've stuffed your stocking with stuff that you don't really even want, and you need to flush it out so that we can have like the things that you want, fill it. We do have the snowman, and if you actually see the snowman, there's a sense of patience coming here, but what I'm seeing, snowman's missing its little hat. And I feel like, like that's important. It's like there's something, an aspect of yourself that you're kind of missing out on. And when we're trying to control and we're trying to stop this change that we have in ourselves, we kind of miss a part that might be important, because I do feel like the little hat is important. It's coming from, like, what I got, I want to say, hold on, crown chakra. That's what it is, coming through. So I feel like the universe is going to provide you with that knowledge, with that little hat that's coming through here. And we do have this shine bright like a diamond. Yes, this is actually very similar to group one in a sense, in terms of that, but the message is a little different. So actually could say a little bit quite different. But before I started doing this, before I actually did this, you can tell I'm a little bit out of it, but it's okay. Let's see, what Sprinkle of Charms, what does the collective of group 3 need to let go of? Oh, look at that. Oh yeah. This was funny because this came out with so Spirit's saying, yeah, sort of like release some of your edge. You don't have to poke others, like here feels like you always are in kind of like a defensive a little bit. Let it go a little bit. We have love, so relationship, always do like things with love. I do see that here. Fun and travel is letting you know that, like, look how much love you have around you. I really do feel like that. I feel like that stocking is full of like all love and all these things, but maybe you haven't been allowing yourself. Look at this like the heart might have this. You don't acknowledge it. You're like, nope, don't want to acknowledge. Sometimes we have shadows in us. And I feel like most of us don't want to necessarily see it, or we want to change it. We're like, no, we can't have any of the shadows in ourselves. We can't have any of this. Like, nope, all those emotions are all part of us, But look at that. You have the pearl. You have something. You create out of all of these things, out of all this experience, out of everything, you create something beautiful. And that's what your heart is telling you. You create beauty. Out of anything that has caused you pain, out of anything that has, you create beauty. Let that be your driving force coming through here. Money, career, I love you infinitely. So do stuff that you love to do, and look how much love you have, and let your heart blossom here. I feel like overall energy here is letting me know love is what's going to heal any of those things, whether it be, like whether it's your job, health, or relationship. It is like love that is going to heal you here. Let's actually let's do this so we can actually see. So what does the collective of group 3 need to surrender? What's the collective of group 3 need to surrender? Actually, and what do we need to let go of? Now for the, especially because we're getting ready for this thing here. So what? Third chakra. Come on. What else? Oh. A little bit, way too many. I'll take one more. What else? Well-being. Okay, we're gonna go with all this. Let's start with these guys, since these are the ones who are coming through here. Let's start with the third chakra, personal power. I choose to be myself and to express my truth. That's important because we did see that there was something you were holding back. I have positive influence on people and situations around me. I allow my integrity and confidence to shine, which instills more confident belief in myself and then encourages others to have a natural confidence in me. I do not allow my personal power to become egotistical, manipulative, or exploitive. I don't think that's you. I think it has more about you just expressing your truth. That's what I'm getting out of this. But maybe, take what resonates and leave what doesn't, always. So, self-worth and self-esteem. I honor myself by doing things that please me, not only those that please others. And I think that's a little bit of hangman energy coming through. I'm empowered as I release the need to live up to other people's unrealistic expectations of me. And maybe your own unrealistic expectations of yourself. When I respect and approve of myself, others will naturally do the same. I teach others how to treat and respect me by how I treat and respect myself. I know I'm worthy of love and respect. The boundaries I create with others acknowledge my self-worth. I'm gonna leave that there, but for me, it's well, you see what it is. Okay. I'm going to end with this one because that's the last one we had. But we're going to do this one here. So, connection to spirit. I develop a quiet mind that allows me to tune in and get in touch with my higher self or my spirit. I listen to the guidance that it's there awaiting for me to hear. I'm open to the truth and I welcome spiritual inspiration from others. I will benefit greatly by practicing meditation and stillness. I ask for inner guidance to assist me in getting more in touch with my spirit. I know that if I ask for guidance, it will be given. Yes, that's actually that's a high priestess coming through here, and also like that 5 of Pentacles asking for the help that we need. And you look at it, I did say it's definitely spirit coming through here. 6th chakra, third eye chakra, intuitive perception. I know what my intuitive senses tell me are true. I open myself to the truth that is within and around me. I know that is there for me to receive. I practice developing my intuition, and I know that it is a major aspect of who I am. In the stillness and in silence of meditation and contemplation, I will experience and know the truth. Wow, these are beautiful because that is exactly what, letting us know this very beautiful thing. I really, and I know that it's meditation and everything, but I do feel like your dreams are also that's what it is. Your dreams are a portal to like any underwriting things. So whatever, if you can write, your dreams in a journal, that would be really beneficial because like I said, it is to me a portal for you to being able to actually understand maybe emotions that you have buried deep within yourself, maybe dreams that you have buried, aspirations in that sense of the dream word, and that you have deeply buried within yourself. Very important, coming through. And then we have the 2nd chakra, sacral chakra, so well-being. I honor and respect my body by giving it what it deserves to thrive, provide myself with the best food, exercise, water, relaxation, therapeutic treatment, and thoughts. I only consume food and liquids that were designed by nature by nature to be in my body. I stimulate my body's energy flow with exercise. I make time to rest, as stillness and tranquility are vital to keep my mind and body rejuvenated. So that's important, but I also feel like spirit telling me I have to take care of myself. Yes. So yeah, that's for you. I feel like you do have that. You can take care of yourself. But I feel part of taking care of yourself is actually listening to all of you. Connecting to that. Like it's connecting to all your sorts of dualities that are coming through. I hope you liked this reading, and if you did, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. I appreciate your energy. I appreciate your time. I appreciate just that you're here with me on my journey, and I'm on, I'm there with you as with yours. Okay, I can speak. I really can. And that we have this community. I'm very, very grateful for you. I'm sending you so much love, so much light, so much happiness, and just beautiful, wonderful things, especially now as we're transitioning to a whole new year, a whole new you, a whole new year. Yay! Until I see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye-bye.